to get the match underway. Halifax looking for a double over the Centurions, having beaten them in March at the Shea with a big lead at half time. We're going on to win 38-18, and there's a mistake already. And Benke celebrating like they've scored a try. Leigh put the ball down. The referee, Mr. Mikolauskas. The Leigh front row looking like they're trying to pinch meters there. Going to the 20, but then being called back to where the scrum will take place, 15 metres out. Well, a highly vocal Leigh supporters just being silenced by that mistake. There's also highly vocal and good following from Halifax away to the left hand side. Unusual that the end of the ground is open. I don't think it has been ever before for a previous visit for Halifax. The referee will get them down for the scrum at the second attempt. Halifax with the water carrier coming on. And Kieran Moss first touch for Halifax. He's not the biggest of men, but he's one of the fastest. Scored 7 tries for York City Knights in a cup match earlier in the season to equal their club record. 3 months at York, 14 tries in 10 games. Looking for more this afternoon. Johnson gets it away to Moss, and Moss to Ed Barber. Halifax showing their intention from this first scrum. Attacking, passing the ball. Moss is in from acting half and has to go on his own. Sent Halifax to within a metre of that Centurions line. Grady out to Johnson. Johnson to Fairbank, and Fairbank taking the ball by Halifax, losing metres now. 12 out from the Centurions line. Morrell will kick to the corner. There's no Steve Tyrer this week, he's on a suspension, so Kieran Moss will kick through. It's gone into the in-goal area and it's going to have to be played at by the Centurions. Oh, a good finish to the end of the set there from Halifax. Oh, never know where the kick's going to go, but it fell okay for Kieran Moss, who's had 2 touches and a kick through to force a dropout in the opening 2 minutes. Well, he did say in his midweek interview and joining the club that he'd like to be where the ball is. Well, not being shy of that so far, as Fleming will run it back to the Leigh defence. Good kick return met by 3 defenders, carrying it 20 metres there. Benke is going on his own. Didn't seem to be many options there for the hooker. Ben Reynolds came from a long way as a third man there, but wasn't needed, and ball's gone to ground. Halifax lose metres. Morrell all wrapped up. Well, Fairbank will take it forward back the metres that were lost with a pass. Some lapse in concentration. The ball went across the front of Fleming. Grady will take the ball down into the Leigh red zone on the last tackle again, and Johnson it will be that will kick through this time. Who's the chasers? Well, there's only Fairbank anywhere near. Halifax with a back turn. Leigh looking for the quick play of the ball. Full back Jack Owens pointing at an offside there, but Fleming managed to get back the 10, and it's sparked Leigh into action, being penned in their own quarter for the first 4 minutes. And Ricky Bailey in off the wing. Acton driving it forward. A yellow card last week. Another yellow card last week for Jamie Acton. Liam Hood gets the ball away, and that is a great tackle from Ed Barber, forcing the error. Absolute cruncher of a tackle from Barber. Bodine Thompson forcing the ball out of his grasp. Well, there's no pressure at all on Halifax today. All the pressure on Leigh after that 11 match winning run was ended by Toronto. In disappointing fashion for the Leigh Centurions. The summer bash at Blackpool. They had a big lead in the first half, surrendered it in the second and lost it in the closing stages, and last week were taught a lesson against the Leeds Rhinos in the Challenge Cup after beating Salford in the previous round. There's never going to be another Super League scalpers. Fairbank gets the drop-off ball from Ben Kay. Ben Kay acting half. Halifax not making the meters forward as easy as the Centurions did. Tangata trying to, going forward with 3 men around him, gets up. Well, won't get up and play it because Nathan Mason was all over him. So first penalty for Halifax, an opportunity to get themselves back in that Centurions red zone. Morel, Tangata, the dummy runner. Griggs gets it away to Johnson. Halifax spraying the passes out, but going no further than Ben Johnson as he's caught 22 metres out. Ben Kay to Grady, a short pass which the Leigh supporters thought was forward and made that known, but the referee allowing play to continue. Ben Kay to Morel. Morel gives it to Moss, and Moss losing his feet as he tries to go through the defence. Morel back inside Tangata. Up to the defensive line. Halifax still pressing for first points. Griggs to Johnson. Johnson to Grady. Grady gets it away off to Barber, but it comes off the foot of Barber. And Bailey begins a counter-attack, and Halifax give possession away with the Leigh Centurions trying to sway the referee and the officials to award their team a penalty there. Harrison Hansen. Real stalwart Harrison, 10 years at Wigan and still a force to be reckoned with. Couple of seasons at Salford, still enough experience for this league. Liam Hood gets the ball away. That's great supporting play, and the ball back inside is good. And there's a chase on here between Reynolds and Moss, and Halifax somehow get back to it, and I think it's a knock on from Kieran Moss. Well, Halifax have managed to get in the Centurions red zone a couple of times, but the speed at which the Centurions are bringing the ball back is just dazzling Halifax at the moment. Plenty of men in supporters poured downfield there. And Kieran Moss was back to cover for Halifax, but couldn't take the ball cleanly, and has given Leigh Centurions the first opportunity. Liam Hood's dropped out of the scrum, or has he dropped to the back of the scrum, I think. Adam Tangata will find the referee has stopped the clock and waits for him to come back after receiving some treatment. Well, a noisy Halifax crowd have been silenced for the moment as Hutchinson gets it away to Craig Hall, and Hall, well, the centre partnership of Hall and Crooks, bagfuls of tries this season. Halifax defending. Nick Gregson brought down 8 metres out. First real test of this Halifax line. Liam Hood gets the ball out to Reynolds. Reynolds shifts it on to Bodine Thompson. Bodine Thompson's tackle. That Leigh still 9 metres away, back out of the 10 now. Reynolds looking for opportunities. Hutchinson calling for it to the left hand side. Liam Hood goes to the right, finds support, but the ball is spilled up. Well, you wouldn't expect too many errors on a day like today, but Mason knocking the ball forward. Mason on a season-long loan from Huddersfield. Ricky Bailey on a season-long loan from Saints. Oh, an opportunity for the Centurions, but Mason putting the ball down close to the line. Maybe there was a bit too much power behind the pass as it went to Mason. It flew off him very quickly. Ben Heaton take it forward to timid appeals for a high tackle. And Halifax get another penalty with the Centurions offside. Well, all Halifax have to do is stay composed and retain as much possession as possible. And Leigh, who are under pressure, Ed Barber takes the ball up, and Barber's still going forward till Acton comes as a third man around the legs to put Barber down. He's done well to get Halifax up towards that 30. Dan Fleming tried to muscle his way through the tackle, but was put down. There were three men there. Ben Kay to Scott Morrell to Adam Tangata, running a good line and taking Halifax to the edge of the Centurions red zone on the 20-metre line. Griggs rather to Johnson to Barber, and this time Barber puts the ball down. We've seen it many times where players come out of the tunnel, have the hands sprayed before they come out. Well, obviously neither side's had that done this afternoon, both putting the ball down. And Halifax need to beware now, because Leigh have gone almost the full length of the field with possession in 3 or 4 tackles last time. Reece Evans moved inside off the wing. Halifax penalised at the scrum. Incorrect binding by the referee. Well, they won't need to run the metres this time, won't Leigh, because they'll get the first 28 metres from a kick in the touch on the far side. No Mickey Hyam for the Leigh Centurions today, with all that experience. Missing as well. Nathan Mason takes it to halfway, out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson gets it away. Craig Hall steps inside Ben Heaton, but then is wrapped up by Chester Butler. Hutchinson looking for support. Halifax not giving him the opportunity to get the pass away. Short side again. Hood gets the short ball away. Harrison Hansen shrugs off the first attempted tackle and then goes down 19 metres out from the Halifax line, with a referee signalling the last tackle. Hood trying to take advantage of Halifax one man light in defence, and Kieran Moss trying to turn Hood around in the in-goal area, gets caught with the ball, and Halifax will be forced to drop out from under the post. It'll be Scott Morrell who's providing that function this afternoon in the absence of Steve Tyra. Serving a 1-match ban for a trip. And Morrell gets the kick to halfway, where Mason gives it to Jamie Acton. Acton carries it about 12 metres. There's 4 defenders around him. Each one had a part in that tackle. Here comes Mason again. Almost busting through Fairbank and Tangata then, and Mason's made another error. This time getting up to play the ball. He's managed to knock on. And it's high fives all round for Halifax. More in relief than anything else, I think, after Mason knocked on. It looked like he was going to go through the tackle there of Tangata and Fairbanks. Well, Halifax supporters making a real dint and making the presence felt away to that left hand side. Something that Richard Marshall commented on during the week. The influence the supporters had at Batley last week. Well, another penalty at the scrum. Well, not learning the lesson. The Halifax, from the mistake Halifax made, Leigh penalised for the same offence. And Scott Morrell with big touch finder back into the Centurions half of the field to the 40-metre line. 15 minutes gone, still no points scored. Chester Butler will not be allowed to get into his stride there as he's caught by 3 but stays on his feet. Some strength from Butler. Griggs, almost an obstruction there, and the referee called it very, very late. And did he call it under the influence of the Leigh supporters there, who made a lot of noise as Griggs ran into Fairbank. Kick to touches from Ben Reynolds. On his way to this high profile Leigh setup. Reynolds, after playing for York, Doncaster and Dewsbury. Acton shows the ball. Falls to the tackle on the 20-metre line. Griggs and Kay. Reynolds gets the short ball away. Harrison Hansen over the 20-metre line. Odin Thompson rather. And Acton goes again, gets the one-handed pass away. Mason, not wanting to keep hold of it, gets it away to Liam Hood. And a swarming defence, and it's another error in the Halifax quarter. Hood trying to force the pass that was never on. He had Hutchinson in his way. Pulls his hand up in apology. But really, there was nothing on there when he went into contact with 3 Halifax players, especially with his own scrum half in attendance. So Halifax will scrum down 15 metres out from their own line. Leigh waiting with the defensive line stretched out across the field. Shane Grady will take the first drive up. 3 men waiting for him, turning Grady on his back, looking to get up and play it quickly. Leigh defence up quickly as Ben Heaton is wrapped up by Jamie Acton, but the ball comes loose and that's another knock on. A lot of knock-ons for what should be a good day for handling. I believe playing the last home game until the end of July, as most of these grounds do undergo summer maintenance. And they'll be wanting to leave with a win. Well, 18 minutes gone so far, 0-0. Not helped by the knock-ons and 5 penalties. So Leigh will have another opportunity. Put the ball down twice in Halifax red zone. Craig Hall will take it into the tackle of Morrell and Chester Butler. Liam Hood back inside to Nick Gregson. Put down on the 20. Hutchinson gets it away, and Harrison, well tackled by Adam Tangata. Watch Sanson all the way there, although he's taking it back to the 10. Liam Hood. Craig Hall fires a wild pass out and it's picked up by Gregson again. 8 metres out, and Leigh have numbers on that right hand side. And Halifax almost falling. And we're falling for the duck from acting half from Liam Hood. They were stretched on the outside and looked like Leigh might have had the opportunity had they got the ball out, but Liam Hood managed to plunder a try from dummy half. Halifax looked like they turned him on his back, but somehow Liam Hood got the ball down for the first points of the half, the first points of the afternoon. And it's Leigh Centurions 4, Halifax 0. Liam Hood spent some time in Super League with Leeds and Salford, but done the rounds of the Championship with Swinton, Dewsbury and Hunslet. 13th try of the season, 15th appearance. His 22nd try for the Leigh Centurions since he's been here. Ben Reynolds brings up 400 league points and 600 career points.
And the first man to six, Ben Reynolds. Sponsored by Cloydmore Computers.
Morell's kick hanging in the air a long time, and Reynolds able to bring it in with his back towards the Halifax defence, gets the offload away, and Halifax are up quickly to chase down the man with the ball 8 metres out from the Centurions line, Jamie Acton, into Fairbank. Fairbank claiming there might have been a little knock on there. Nathan Mason plays it cleanly. Halifax so far keeping Leigh back. Fleming says the Leigh supporters came in late there. Kieran Moss will pick the ball up and look at his options. Saltonstall went inside. Moss went with the ball, took the tackle on the 30-metre line. Saltonstall will run it up now for Halifax. Ran a lot of metres last week, did Saltonstall against Batley. Ben Heaton scored 2 tries last week against Batley. And Saltonstall is away again, claiming an offside, but Ben Johnson being given the opportunity to run at the defence and then gets caught on halfway to shouts of high tackle from the Halifax supporters. Griggs had Moss running on his inside then, couldn't get the pass away, last tackle, and that one from Morell is taken by Hutchinson, who is brought down by Tangata, who was following the kick very closely. Tangata's off again and brings down Rhys Evans. And the Leigh supporters trying to sway the referee again with these shouts of offside as Bailey comes inside. Takes the ball up midway between 30 and 40. Gregson put down. Going for the early kick again. That one is a great kick by Reynolds, deep down into the Halifax territory. Scrum down at the Halifax 10. The Leigh supporters thought it was a 40-20, I think. Mortimer looks like he's taking the place of Jordan Baldwinson, who was in the 19 originally, the former Leeds player on loan from Wakefield. And maybe Wakefield called him back over the weekend for their big win over the Wigan Warriors on Friday night. Halifax close. Huddle around the ball really, but for runners. Saltonstall comes in from acting half and takes the ball up to the Leigh defence. Caught by 2 but making metres, which is all Halifax need at this moment in time. Ben Kay using the Leeds defender as a shepherd, gets it away to Kieran Moss, who's put down. Morell goes for a 40-20. Well, that won't fool Craig Hall, who's dropped back, never even got anywhere near the touchline. Craig Hall tries to go around the outside and is wrapped up by Butler and Heaton on the Leigh 30. Rhys Evans We've got lots of pace, but he's not going to get through the huddle of Halifax defenders waiting for him. Hood gets the pass away. Gordon Thompson. Tackle, and again Halifax are moving in quickly to the man with the ball, trying to limit the damage that can be done. Jordan Thompson, second touch, he's just come on as Jordan Thompson. It was he that touched it earlier when I said it was Bodine Thompson. That to Hutchinson for the kick. Tester for Moss. Moss comes down with it, and there's open field for Kieran Moss. If he can get away from the defenders, tried an arcing run. Good job Reynolds was there for the Centurions. Well, Liam Hood is already going back into the defensive line, I think, having already given a penalty away there. The referee had indicated that somebody had spoken out of turn, and that's why maybe why Liam Hood has retreated so quickly and so far back. A break in play while Ben Kay receives attention. Referee wanting a word with Harrison Hansen. And they already have Dawson off for 5 matches for questioning the integrity of the official. The last thing they want is another player, and Liam Hood looks like he did just that there. So Scott Morrell for a touch finder on the far side. 27 minutes gone. Leigh Centurions 6, Halifax 0, and Saltonstall taking the first drive up. Tackle applauded by Centurions fans, a run applauded by the Halifax fans. Will Marr on for Halifax. And that'll be a penalty again for Halifax. Leigh supporters don't agree with it, but they never do when there's a penalty being given against you. Wilmar will go again. Gets the play for Halifax, despite being on the bench for Castleford at Warrington on Friday night. Scott Morrell running the angles, bringing Moss into the line, and again Moss losing his footing in almost the same place as he did last time. Morrell out to Griggs to Johnson. Halifax still looking for first points, and Grady, well, showed the ball for the run round there, just couldn't get it away. Trying to get up and play it quickly. Fairbank to Griggs to Morrell to Butler, and Chester Butler struggling to get through a 3-man tackle. Tangata going the short side, Morrell going over the line, and it's Halifax captain Scott Morrell. Well, the Leigh defence guilty there of not sacking the men round to play the ball, and Scott Morrell, too good an opportunity to miss. Plays the ball to himself, or plays the ball from the back, goes over the line. And Halifax back in the game. Shane Grady to try and convert. So Halifax captain Scott Morrell has breathed live into this Halifax side. And a back-to-back set after the penalty was conceded by Leigh, stripping the ball from Wilmar. Halifax taking advantage. Tangata went as the dummy runner. Scott Morrell, probably couldn't believe there's only one marker in front of him. Only the 3rd try of the season for Scott Morrell. Well used to making more than scoring more. And Shane Grady back on kicking duty. Has put that one plumb through the centre. So 3 goals for the season now for Shane Grady. And Halifax back in the game. And Halifax supporters on the feet away to the left hand side as they have been for most of the first half. Watching Halifax draw level on half an hour, and Will Marr will drive it up again and almost spinning away from the tacklers. He's trying to shrug the defenders off to get up quickly. James Green will drive the ball up. Saltonstall ready to go from acting half again. And Ryan Bailey on for the Leigh Centurions, and Ryan Bailey giving a penalty away. Well, Leigh Centurions are complaining, but they shouldn't be. They haven't got the best disciplinary record in the league by any means. A lot of yellow and red cards. With people like Jamie Acton and Ryan Bailey. We could say, looking at a couple of people there, there's always a chance of getting a penalty off as Moss comes into the line from full back, gets it away to Barber. Barber turns back inside, tries pushing off the defender, but Leigh quick to get there in numbers. Barber put down 22 metres out. Halifax looking a bit more confident now they've got those points as James Green drives it up to the 20. Brandon Moore also on for Halifax as Morrell runs at the line, gets it away to Moss. Butler trying to find a gap in between Hutchinson and Harrison. Griggs gets it away, Johnson straining it through the middle, chases on. And an effort by Bailey to try and stop himself going out of play there, where he's running too fast. Had to carry the ball out. And Halifax force another drop out under the post. Well, certainly no lack of confidence from Halifax as they seem to try and swing the ball about every opportunity. They've gone from right to left several occasions in the first half, and that kick just a little bit too strong, but they will get the ball back from the dropout, and that's not the best dropout that Morrell stops with his feet. Will Marr will, well, he's running at half pace, still gets 6 or 7 metres. Brandon Moore in at acting half. Ben Johnson ducks the shoulder, gets the ball away to Brandon Moore. Moore will fancy a chance on his own from there. Takes Halifax to within 15 metres. Griggs to James Green, and that's a strong run by Green. Gets up, plays it quickly. Brandon Moore goes from acting half and loses the ball. That's a great tackle from Daniel Mortimer. And back come Leigh with a quick play again. And Ben Crooks is hauled down. And he's lost the ball, I think. Has it? No, there's a penalty. And Halifax will be down to 12 men for a second week running as Ed Barber is sent to the sin bin. With 6 minutes left of the first half, Halifax down to 12 men. Ed Barber trying to slow down play the ball and punish in the worst possible way as far as Halifax are concerned. Craig Hall will kick the ball into touch, and that's put Leigh on the attack again, and Ryan Bailey takes it to within 15 metres of the Halifax line. Quick hands and Crooks put down again on the 10 metre line. Halifax desperate in defence to keep this side out as Hansen puts the ball down. Play continues, says the referee, and the Halifax supporters calling for a potential knock on. Number 20 is Greg Richards, who's on. Leigh still 8 metres away. Reynolds, Hutchinson gets it out wide to Evans. Evans steps inside, might have the speed, but he hasn't got the strength. Halifax carry him in goal and then out of play. Held up over the line, says the referee. That's great play from Halifax. Not just the tackle, but the way they brought Rhys Evans into the in-goal area. It means they'll have to go back to the 10-metre line to play the ball. Does this give them a little more room though? Hutchinson gets it away to half-back partner Reynolds. Stray pass on the floor, Saltonstall shoots out of the defensive line, but gets pushed away, and the referee has signalled the last tackle. Well, there's a miscommunication there, as Crooks probably wasn't the man to give the ball to on the last tackle. Halifax hold out with a 12-man defence for now. Saltonstall attracts 3 defenders, gets over the 20-metre line. Ben Heaton's probably going to go from acting half as well, and he does. He gets over the 30. Moss is also going to go from acting half, as Halifax winger and full-back try to give the forwards a rest. Ben Heaton feeling the jaw. Elliot Morris on for Halifax, pumping the legs up to halfway. Brandon Moore uses the short side, goes on his own, trying to catch the defence. Halifax need to be as far downfield as they can now on the last tackle, which Morrell will put into touch 10 metres out from the Centurions line. Good kick from Morrell, threading it through the Centurions defence, making sure Leigh have to start on their own 10-metre line with the scrum. Well, neither side at the end of a very hot and humid first 40 minutes in a rush to get to the scrum. The Centurions frustrated, supporters frustrated a little bit by that, but they've been standing watching for 40 minutes in the sunshine, not running round in glorious afternoon temperatures. Hutchinson feeds a scrum. Craig Hall takes a 3-man tackle. 3 minutes left showing on the clock. Crooks trying to force his way through. Caught again by Wilmar. And Halifax will need to be razor sharp in defence the way that Leigh have carried the ball forward. Jordan Thompson. Short pass. Bodine Thompson gets Leigh back in the Halifax half. Hutchinson gets the ball away, but Chester Butler's out quickly there. Reynolds past to Hutchinson, and Hutchinson trapped. Last tackle. They'll go to the air again with Ben Reynolds. Moss stands underneath it. Moss looking for space again, gets round across 2 defenders rather than round 2 defenders. Ben Heaton gets up and plays it quickly. Brandon Moore goes from acting half, gets it to Saltonstall, turned upon his shoulder. The ball goes back to Ben Heaton, away from the first tackler, who was Ryan Bailey. He gets up and plays it quickly. Brandon Moore, well, Ben Heaton might have been in the way there as Brandon Moore looked for Saltonstall again. It's Halifax this time. Oh, Johnson's through the gap in the middle. Support just too late from Saltonstall. Johnson going down. Last tackle, is it worth a 1-pointer? Well, Morrell has gone for 1. The miss to the left-hand side of the upright. Well, I saw the time on the clock into the last minute. Not too many stoppage, I don't think, in his first half. And Rhys Evans will run it back at the Halifax defence. This time it's Ricky Bailey, who Leigh supporters thought he'd copped a high tackle. Gregson. Well, Bailey almost had it intercepted then by a Tangata, who spun round Bailey. Well, Leigh Centurions claiming a penalty there, and I think they've a case there, as Bailey was appeared to be lifted off the ground with both feet above the body. A little kick down for Crooks, and it's picked up by Kieran Moss, and Moss is knocked off his stride as he makes an attempt to counteract the kick. Salt and stall. Again, Halifax relying on the back three to run the ball away from their own line. Maybe this time they'll go back with the forwards. They do with Grady. I think they'll be happy just to end the half with possession and 6 points all. Tangata drives it forward over the 40-metre line. Moore back to Morrell. Morrell gives it to Wilmar, and Wilmar picked himself an angle to run at, went straight at Ryan Bailey. Bailey fell off the tackle, and Bodine Thompson had to do the work as Morrell hoists the high kick. No pressure on Ricky Bailey as he takes the ball, runs across the line, gives it to Craig Hall, and Craig Hall unable to find a way through the tackle of Elliot Morris and James Green. Here comes Bailey again. Hit hard and fair by Chester Butler, Elliot Morris, James Green. Harrison Hansen will take the ball up towards the 40. And Centurions rely on an early kick again. They don't, as Jordan Thompson makes the tackle. Still in the Centurions half of the field. Ryan Bailey drops the ball out the back, and somehow Leigh get the look of the bounce as Bodine Thompson is tackled. We'll go to the air again. It's off the outside of the foot with plenty of spin on. Finishes out in touch. Wilmar looks in some discomfort, receiving attention. Not too much damage done to Wilmar. As Halifax scrum down 15 metres out from their own line. Well, Halifax have defended so far with 12 men, managed without Ed Barber. As Ben Eaton gets to the 20, and Brandon Moore gives it to James Green. Well, James Green and Wilmar certainly put the defences to work, and here's another man that's done the same. Elliot Morris, as he gets over the 40-metre line, caught by 3, ball's gone backwards. The referee said it's a knock-on. Well, I'm not sure who the timekeeper is, but the clock's showing 3 minutes into overtime in the first half. Elliot Morris, I think, protesting that was an actual attempt at a pass which went to ground and went backwards, but Halifax supporters complained 10 minutes ago when Leigh lost the ball to the ground and the referee waved play on then. So Leigh in the Halifax half. Hutchinson gets it away. And Mortimer comes in, the pass is forward to Bailey. Scrum to Halifax. Again, there's no rush to get to the scrum. Actually, Jack Owens that took that ball up, not Daniel Mortimer. Owens, another man that comes with a St Helens background, Widnes, Whitehaven and Sheffield, and it's a kick and chase, and Moss is after it, Craig Hall's after it, and it's going to stop in the in-goal area. Well, Craig Hall is not going to take any chances. He knows that there's not long left, so he's kicked the ball out of play. There'll be a drop out under the post, which won't take place because the referee will stop the clock. Scott Morrell calls his players quickly to him before they leave the field, and they've not done a bad job with 12 men for the last 6 minutes of the first half, and it looked like Leigh were going to pose a threat with 2 long range down the field efforts and passing efforts and sweeping movements, but only one tried to show up for their efforts from Liam Hood, who went over from short range, and Reynolds converted, and Morrell did exactly the same at the other end of the field for Grady to convert, and it's an intriguing game. Leigh obviously trying the best, but also wary of what another defeat could do. Halifax with nothing to lose, just plugging away, and a late try keeps them in the game. Back, we'll get the second half underway. Morrell underneath it, inside to James Green, and Green charging it back, carrying 3 players. 8 to 9 metres there in his quest for more metres in Halifax's cause. Will Maher won't make the same. A good tackle around the legs from Daniel Mortimer. Grady. Is it Grady? No, it's Alec Morris. The head shaved. And he goes again, Morris. And that is a good strong run by Elliot Morris up to the Leigh 40 metre line. Last tackle. Morrell off the outside of the foot, and Kieran Moss is charging onto that one. He's chipped through this time, and Kieran Moss with the footballing skills he showed in the first half to force a drop out under the post. Well, he's only been with the club a week, but he knew what Scott Morrell was doing there. Unlike most of the Leigh defence, who hadn't seen Kieran Moss charging onto that ball, teeing it up for himself, bringing it in and touching down, and emulating QLT with a try on his debut is Kieran Moss, and Halifax will be hoping for more tries from him from now till the end of the season. Well, it's a good way to start, and again said he wanted to be where the ball was. Well, he was right on the spot there. Was the Halifax fullback, knew what Scott Morrell was going to do, followed it perfectly. And on the first set of 6 from their own try line, Halifax have gone the full length of the field and come away with the 4 points that takes them into the lead. Leigh Centurions 6, Halifax 10, pouring pressure on the Leigh side. We'll know how much this game means this afternoon. Well, if Halifax can win today, they'll go 1 point behind Toulouse, who are in second place. They'll move 3 points ahead of the London Broncos, who lost in Toronto last night. And Shane Grady kicks his second conversion. And I wonder how long we'll have to wait in the second half for Morrell to attempt a drop goal. Well, it might be worth it if they get to the other end. And within range, Owens restarting again 2 minutes into the second half. And it's James Green again who's going at full speed out of defence. And again, James Green, in his quest for making metres, comes out under a mile an hour. Saltonstall goes from dummy half. He makes metres as well. Will Maher takes it over the 30 metre line. Halifax supporters raise up the volume another notch. Morrell gives it to Tangata. Elliot Morris almost spinning away from the attempted tackles there. Last one. Scott Morrell outside the 40. will put the ball down to put pressure on Jack Owens, the fullback. Will be the first chaser there, with plenty of teammates following up in a straight line, not leaving an opportunity for a gap for Owens to go through. Riley, well, will fall as soon as he hits the Halifax forwards on the 30-metre line. But Leigh still making 10 with a run from Crooks. Number 15, Jordan Thompson, raising the hopes of the Leigh Centurions there as Harrison puts the ball down. And he gets it away to Chester Butler. Butler looks for support. Tangata had gone inside. Well, surely that's a penalty from Harrison. And will the referee put him in the sin bin for that? Well, he's not made any decision yet as Leigh have a man down, requiring attention. The referee has gone back. Metres there. Maybe it's it must have been a punching tackle. The ball was moved around at pace as Halifax tried to keep it alive. Chester Butler looked like he was on his way then. It's Reynolds, the number 6, who's got one in the ribs there. Halifax possession at the scrum. Shane Grady takes it in. Ben Heaton was the dummy runner, the foul which the leading defence didn't follow. James Green takes one from Ryan Bailey. 6 more tackles. Ed Barber caught by Bailey, then gets away. Bailey has another go and eventually puts Ed Barber down and drops on the back for good measure. Wilmar will take it up to towards the 30-metre line. Ben Johnson, short ball to Grady, and Grady, 3 defenders round him, was doing well till the third one got there and eventually stopped the run. Brandon Moore to Johnson, Johnson to Elliot Morris, and Morris spinning out, trying to spin out of the tackle on the Leigh 20. Johnson, little chip through, follows his own kick, does Ben Johnson, falls the error. Sol gets it back inside. Johnson has a clear run almost behind the post, and a mix-up in defence. Well, Johnson's kick didn't really look threatening, but Liam Hood unable to take it, popped into the hands of Saltonstall, and Johnson, following up his own kick, was in support to take the ball a long way inside behind the post, which won't please Kieran Purtill as his team watched Halifax from half make the kick much simpler for Shane Grady. Ben Johnson's 5th try of the season stretches the lead to 10 points. Grady with this to stretch it to 12. And Ryan Bailey is being taken from the field. Well, I must say he certainly hasn't got the fearsome reputation he had when he's a Leeds Rhino. Always a man likely to give you some fire and a bit of biff as well, but nothing these days from Ryan Bailey. Walks slowly from the field while Shane Grady lines up a 3rd conversion attempt. Well, it didn't look pretty, but it went through the middle, and that's all Halifax needed for Shane Grady to extend their lead. Leigh Centurions 6, Halifax 18. You would never consider Halifax to be in an unassailable lead, even at 20 points, but at 12 points of receiving the ball again. Ball goes backwards. Why did Ben Johnson try to take the ball when Ben Heaton rather, when Scott Morrell stood waiting for it? Almost a costly error there as Chester Butler under pressure. And now the Centurion supporters calling for their side to put up a big effort in defence as Heaton tries to make metres. Well, he got pushed back 3 of the metres that he made under pressure from the defence, who was still around the play of the ball. James Green. Well, that's a good run. It's taken Halifax out of the red zone, but they need a lot more metres. Wilmar looking for some of them, but 4 defenders swarming around the big Castleford forward. Back to Morrell. Morrell just looking to drop the ball in between the full-back Owens and Craig Hall, the winger who had to come inside, or the centre rather, had to come inside, and does well to get it back to the 40, and then appeals for a penalty. Rhys Evans will fall at halfway after Green goes around the legs to Tangata and Morris's early efforts. Quick hands. Ben Johnson is up quickly on Bodie Thompson there, quickly followed by Will Marr and Ed Barber. Halifax almost split through the middle there. Quick play the ball, and it looks like problem there for Mason. Rhys Evans brings the ball back inside. Halifax defence waiting for him. Last tackle, Mason hobbling in. I'm not sure what he's going to do, but he won't be doing much with the ball. If he did get it, kick is high to test Saltonstall. He comes down with it and puts the ball out of play, loses it, and the Leigh Centurions thought there was an opportunity coming there for Bailey. Good pressure put on Saltonstall. James Green fastened up his boots. And walking back to the in-goal area. Halifax in no rush to get the ball back into play. Morrell's kick reaches the 40. Acton gets away from Moore, but Elliot Morris lends a hand to it. Acton claims he was turned upside down illegally. Jordan Thompson is 18 metres out. Leigh desperate for the points, Halifax desperate in defence, and Liam Hood looking for another try. Is it Liam Hood? No, Jack Owens, sorry. Now they move full width of the field, long ball out wide to Bailey. Bailey going inside, thought there was a gap there, and then Halifax defenders turning up from seemingly out of nowhere to make the tackle. Mortimer gets the ball away and coming back the same way, running into the same defenders is Jordan Thompson. Hutchinson to Reynolds. Acton back on the inside, and I don't think Acton will be complaining about this one. Halifax caught sliding across and couldn't turn back in time to stop Jamie Acton off the inside ball. A good ball back inside from Hutchinson. Reynolds chipping it out to him. Well, Halifax forced to drop out from under the force, unable to defend back-to-back sets. Dan Fleming back on for James Green. So Reynolds with a kick to put the lead to 6. Should do from there, I would imagine. And does. Leigh Centurions 12, Halifax 18. About 15 minutes gone in the second half. Well, I did say it's not an unassailable lead, and suddenly Leigh have sprung into action. Caught Halifax cold with the inside ball. Morrell with a kick, drops 3 metres outside. And Leigh Centurions outside the try line. Craig Hall on that far side. The ball shifted across the full face as Evans comes up from dummy half. Halifax supporting the defensive effort, but Leigh will be applauding the fact that the Centurions are getting away from their own line again. Hutchinson having to stretch for that one now to Reynolds. Reynolds round the back and Saltonstall there. It's a swoop on the ball and Johnson with the counter-attack which comes to nothing, but it'll go back for the scrum on the knock-on anyway. Benjamin always struggling to beat Bailey there. But Halifax will still get possession at the scrum. An ideal opportunity perhaps to reclaim a 12-point lead if they can keep it for the 6 tackles. Scott Morrell already trying to conjure something up, I think, with Kieran Moss there, pointing to the far corner. I don't think he'll come from the from early in the tackle count. Morrell runs at the defence, brings Tangata on the drop-off inside ball, and Tangata makes 3 or 4 metres. Dan Fleming just back on the field, takes it another 5 or 6 metres nearer that Halifax line, Leigh Centurions line rather. Brandon Moore to Morrell. Morrell out to Chester Butler. Caught by Rhys Evans, still going forward. Evans needing a little bit of assistance in defence on that far side with Halifax 15 metres away. Morrell to Elliot Morris, shows the dummy Morris, and plenty of leg drive, takes him to within 11 metres. Brandon Moore gets it away to Fleming, and Dan Fleming goes close. Well, Morrell stood out back. Will he go for the 1-pointer? Possibly. Morris will kick through. Halifax looking at 6 more. Morrell trying to get the foot to the ball. And Halifax needing to mark up in defence now as Jordan Thompson takes the ball up, and then Crooks coming inside with plenty of strength. Crooks playing for a penalty. Elias Morris will get himself up fairly quickly as Craig Hall tries to go around the outside. Great tackle from Morrell, who seems to have hurt himself in the process there, and Morrell going straight to the well, it looks like a dislocated thumb for Morrell as Leigh give the ball away. Will Maher gives it to Ed Barber, and Ed Barber loses the ball, but it's a Halifax scrum anyway. They'll go back, and Scott Morrell leaving the field for some attention. Well, quickly turned his back when he's seen Halifax have got possession. It's like a dislocated thumb, dislocated finger. Oh, I'm not sure whether he's trying to put the finger back or put some strapping on it. Another chance for Halifax. Leading 18 points to 12. Took a 12-point lead, but Acton's try has put Leigh Centurions back in the game. There's still no pressure on Halifax. Tangata has dropped out of the line and takes the first drive up to the Centurions defence. Elliot Morris bounces off the first one and almost off the second one. Halifax back in the red zone. Fleming using his strength to get within 10 metres, within 8 metres. Johnson looking to go on his own. Johnson for the line. And well, anybody else might be out to reach there, but Johnson, smallest man on the Halifax team. Moss brings Griggs back on the inside, and Griggs backing into players, looking at the offload perhaps, but falling to the tackle. Morell on the right hand side. Morell comes back, kicks through. Well, not working this time for Scott Morell, the Halifax captain, as it did at Summer Bash a couple of weeks ago, but Leigh are forced to take the ball out from 5 metres away from their own line. Halifax defence needing to be squeaky clean in this area of the field as Ben Crooks takes it forward, coming into the game more and more in the second half is Crooks, and that's a great run that takes him to the 30 metre line. Hutchinson gets the ball away. And Leigh making metres again. Halifax being pushed back. Jordan Thompson gets the pass away. Harrison offloads to Reynolds, and Reynolds looking for support, has to go on his own. Nobody accepting the invitation, and Reynolds almost run over the touchline at the far side. Craig Hall dazzling feet down that short side, and Rhys Evans towards the touchline but stays in play. Last tackle signal by the referee. Hutchinson kicks across field. There's pressure on Saltonstall. Crooks has got the ball, tries to get it loose. Well, surely he's not going to. Well, he's let that play on, and Elliot Morris did exactly the same thing earlier in the first half, and the referee decided it was a knock-on. All differing standards mean that Leigh Centurions are back within 2 points. The kick for Reynolds to come. Well, a Reynolds conversion will make it level after Gregson's try. With a different interpretation of the ball on the ground rules, means that Leigh were allowed to continue on this crucial kick for Reynolds. Trailing by 2, the Leigh Centurions. Kicking into the face of the home supporters. Filled that stand away to the right hand side almost. Well, put it through the middle, scores a level. Halifax surrendering a 12-point lead. Took to look for Leigh about that last try. Well, 15 minutes to go, anybody's game. Morell kicks long. Drops into the hands of Reynolds, who gives it to Acton. Fleming and Fairbank were tackled. Jordan Thompson dumped to the ground by Griggs and Butler on the 20 metre line. Halifax need to be alert to the threat down that right hand side this time, posed by Craig Hall and Rhys Evans. Let's come back inside. Acton will run it down the middle again. Back, Reynolds going for the 40-20. That one not going to go anywhere near. Kieran Moss will let that run dead and take Halifax back to the 20-metre line. No quick tap and catch in the defence for Halifax. The Leigh Centurions well behind the ball. And it come back to the 20. Kieran Moss go from dummy half. Ben Heaton is going to do the same in a quest for metres for Halifax as they get over halfway. Ben Heaton wants to play the ball quickly. Jamie Acton doesn't want him to, and Scott Morrell had fooled the defence there for a moment. Oh, Ben Johnson looked to take one high then, but he's still going, gets it away to Moss, and Moss against Acton. Acton just rags him to the ground, and Acton struggling there as Griggs kicks forward. Griggs towards the corner, and there was a launching dive. By Ben Heaton, who gets up quite slowly. And Leigh will be glad of the break that's brought on by the injury to Jamie Acton. Play unable to continue. Well, he clutched the back of his leg then, did Acton, and went down. And it looks like it might actually even be a head injury. Looking at the medic's indication there. Jamie Acton, the man whose try brought Widnes back into this game, another former Wigan Academy player. So many players go through the academy at Wigan without making the first team. Jamie Acton, one such player, went to South Wales and Oldham. 5th try of the season for Acton, the one he got earlier. He's going for a HIA. Well, no risk being taken with any players nowadays with head injuries, considering the long-term damage that may be caused by a career in a game that can sometimes be very brutal. Saltonstall will run the ball back to the 30-metre line. Will Halifax get within cooey of a drop goal as Ben Johnson just questions the touch judge there on whether that tackle was actually a little bit high as Fleming takes it over the 20. Morrell brings Moss into the line, and Kieran Moss looks for a way through as Leigh tried to drag him towards the touch line, but he's goes down well inside the field of play, and that is a dreadful pass from Chester Butler. Shocking pass from Butler. The Leigh supporters think Simon Griggs went high there. Well, Halifax with a golden opportunity. One of the worst passes possibly that you will see of the season, let alone this afternoon, from Chester Butler. Liam Hood gets the ball inside. And Leigh's already stacking men on that far side, but then coming back with Reynolds going down the middle, and Reynolds taking the Centurions into the Halifax half on the last tackle. The ball goes back to Hutchinson for the kick, and he's putting pressure on Ben Heaton, and Heaton does well there under pressure. Evans timing his run perfect. Kieran Moss to Saltonstall, steps from one and into another and gives the ball away. Oh no, James Saltonstall Well, Johnson wrestled for it. Is this going to be a crucial part? It is going to be crucial because Liam Hood is going to go from acting half again. James Saltonstall gave a pass. He was never really on, with Ben Crooks all round him. And Liam Hood's second try off a massive Halifax error. And all Halifax had to do was keep hold of the ball. Well, I take back what I said about Chester Butler's pass, because that one from James Saltonstall might just have exceeded that and might be a costly mistake for Halifax with about 10 minutes to go, maybe even less. And the Halifax players can't believe they stood behind the post waiting for Reynolds to attempt his fourth conversion. And really, the tackles in the bag at the other end of the field when Chester Butler threw a horrible pass from which Leigh got possession. Maybe not as crucial in that quarter of the field, but the one from Saltonstall certainly was. We shouldn't have any trouble from here, Reynolds. He had practice from here already this afternoon. Well, a win for Leigh will put them back within a point of Halifax in a race for the top four, move them back in to fourth place. And Crooks is away. This will be the game now unless Kieran Moss can do something about Ben Crooks. Well, he's slowed him down, can't finish him off. Crooks is still dancing and Halifax get back somehow, but the tackle is not completed and Gregson is going to score again for the Leigh Centurions. Well, again, Halifax lose the contest for the ball, and Halifax got back to get three men behind Ben Crooks, still couldn't make the tackle. Nick Gregson, another man coming from Wigan, picks up his second try, and Leigh Centurions will be home and hose Halifax. A short kick-off failing. We're worried now because they're going to have to do it again to try and get the ball back. Well, Halifax supporters stunned into silence after building up a 12-point lead. Have seen Leigh answer that with 24 points of their own. Reynolds to make it 30 and add to Halifax's misery. Only takes a long time with the kicks to try and make sure, and that is why, because he does make sure with another 2 points. A 12-point lead. Halifax can't believe after building up a 12-point lead. How many times have Halifax done that this season and surrendered it? Well, they've done it again. Well, Morell's gone for the long kick. Has it gone too long? No, Reynolds will pass inside. Halifax are there. Bringing down Richard 11 metres out. Maybe Morell thinks there's enough time on the clock for Halifax to get something from the time that remains. There's a lot of time added on for the first half, so it means they kicked the second half off late, and Harrison Hansen has suddenly found a new lease of life after 80 minutes, and off they go down that left hand side again with Craig Hall. Halifax push him towards the touch line but can't get him over that white line at the other side of the field. Hansen goes again, gets the pass away to Gregson, tackled by Ben Kane, Dan Fleming. Well, all they need to do is keep Halifax in their own half. Ben Heaton will do what he can to take it back, but all Leigh have to do now is defend. Saltonstall swamped by 3, so no option, even if he wanted to have the pass this time, but not surely thought of that option after the hour that led to that last Leigh try. Ben Kay goes from acting half, and Ben Kay looks up, and the first knock on came from the Centurions, despite their claim that it was a Halifax knock on. So Halifax will be able to continue the momentum for now. Morell to Griggs, Griggs to Moss. Moss can't get away from Rhys Evans. He's trying, but Evans with some help brings down Halifax fullback. Griggs to Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore unable to break down these big Leigh forwards. Ben Kay goes from acting half, goes on his own, gets to the 20 metre line. Halifax need to come away with points if they have any hope at all of snatching a draw from this match. Kieran Moss chips through. Well, poor end to the set from Halifax, and again they look to that left hand side. Chester Butler there to make the tackle. Harrison Hansen, ball to Craig Hall. Richards, the man who passed through St Helens books on his way to Rochdale and Sheffield. Another downtown kick. Heaton has to go back into his own 10 metre zone to collect it, and makes 15 metres on the kick return. Morell gives it to Saltonstall. Saltonstall gets it away to Johnson. Well, Johnson's on a race to the line. He's got 4 men after him, and Johnson might just get there under the post for Ben Johnson. Well, Ben Johnson gets his second try. Shane Grady's got a kick from in front of the post. Well, it's the time in this game for Halifax to pull one out of the bag. They'll receive the ball from the kick-off. Time is ebbing away. There really can't be that much left. After being stung by that 24-point response Halifax have finally put points on the board with Ben Johnson's second try of the afternoon. And boy, did he have to run with 4 defenders pursuing him. And they were slow to react. I don't think they even thought Johnson had gone through the line. As Grady converts, there won't be any rush from the Leigh Centurions to get back to the centre spot for the kick-off. Ryan Bailey is back on for the Leigh Centurions. The referee looking to see if the Halifax defenders are back on side, and they are, so he'll stop the clock. Kick from Owens is long and deep. This time Morrell has no problem with Ben Heaton being in the way. Will Marbles brushes 2 off, gets over the 10-metre line. Can Halifax go 90 metres? Ben Kay to Saltonstall. Saltonstall gets over the 20, being forced sideways by the defence. Sloppy play the ball but managed to get away with it. Simon Griggs takes it up to the 30. Can Halifax breach this Leigh defence one more time? Ben Kay gets it away to Fairbank, and Fairbank looks for support. Ed Barber was just a little late in getting there, but Fairbank still plundering metres and gets the ball away to Kieran Moss. Moss looking for a gap, gets to the 30-metre line. Will Mark on the 20-metre line. Last tackle. Halifax have 1 tackle to try and undo this Leigh defence. Ben Heaton's flying. Ben Heaton, he's got there as Ben Heaton. He's going behind the post. And would you believe it? After conceding 24 points without reply, Ben Heaton above Rhys Evans on that far side. And again the Leigh defence don't react, and Ben Heaton's allowed to go behind the post. Well, there's pressure on Shane Grady. He's still got to kick it. It's 30-28. 30-28 to the Leigh Centurions. And now the Leigh Centurions supporters stunned into silence. Halifax supporters have found their voice again. Well, maybe the Leigh supporters who were singing earlier on, you only sing when you're winning. Maybe a response would be you're only singing when you're drawing, if Grady puts the conversion over. But they have water carriers on the field. Well, the referee is getting the Leigh players back behind the try line. Harrison Hansen still insistent on pushing his luck. Shane Grady, 100% so far. And still 100% as he makes it. Leigh Centurions 30, Halifax 30, and now it'll be Leigh Centurions perhaps will go for the short kick-off. Jamie Acton's been sent back on, obviously. There's no problem with the HIA. Halifax trying to cover all the gaps. Craig Hall, it is to kick off. Craig Hall going deep. Trying Johnson this time, away from Scott Morrell. Ben Johnson in it. Ooh, that looked as though it might not reach Jacob Fairbank then. Well, they're looking for the error. The Leigh Centurions. Halifax are looking for just a little gap in that defence. Brandon Moore goes to the defensive line. Halifax will want to finish this set of 6 as far downfield as they can. Will Marr drives the ball up. And Leigh stifling Halifax's progress as they move in with numbers in the tackle. Fairbank. Last tackle, Scott Morrell stood on the Halifax 40. Decides to run, has kicked. Oh, it's down the throat of Jack Owens, the full-back. Well, Halifax would dearly love Leigh to come up with the error here. Bailey in off the wing. Well, that looked to be drifting away a bit from the hands, but managed to catch it safely. Acton runs the ball up, falls to the tackle, 3 metres inside the Halifax half. And now go back to that left hand side again. Watch for the danger. Owens gets it away to Rhys Evans, and Evans steps inside too, gets the ball away to Craig Hall. Well, what an incredible end to a match. Halifax caught again by that left hand attack. Evans and Hall combining. Well, the danger's been there all through the second half, and Leigh have put it to good use again, and this time Craig Hall skipping in off Rhys Evans' inside pass. Well, all Halifax had to do to have anything from this game was make the ball safe in their own quarter. They couldn't, and they conceded a try. Play out the 6 tackles in defence, and they couldn't do that because Evans and Hall, there was a link up before the ball went out to Evans, and Evans decided to show his best pace, or save his best pace for the last, potentially the last move of the game. And from earning a point, Halifax have thrown it away. But to be fair, it was quite a frantic second half, and the players will be suffering a little bit under the heat, but not Rhys Evans and Craig Hall. Who scored his 16th try of the season, top try scorer for the Leigh Centurions. Reynolds, goal scorer, goal kicker. That makes it 79 for the season. Well, I don't know how much longer this game's going to go on, but Morrell is going to have to go for the short. Well, it might be too long, that one. Crooks up for it under no real pressure. Saltonstall brings him down, and Crooks not going to be in a rush to get up and play the ball. Bailey carries it over the 20. Bodine Thompson. Well, Halifax supporters are not disappointed despite the defeat, but it could have been so different. 18-6 lead the held, and then saw Leigh fight back with a 24-point blitz. Bailey takes it to halfway, last tackle. And Reynolds will just kick it down the touchline. Halifax in a rush to get 6 players there, so the referee will stop the clock. Surely they're not going to score another try. Well, it wasn't the most entertaining first half, but it's been an entertaining last 20 minutes, that is for sure. Well, the sun disappears behind the clouds. Johnson feeds the scrum. Saltonstall gets it away to Chester Butler. Got pace but not space there. Saltonstall moves into acting half. Is he doing it all on his own in this set of 6? Well, that's 2 carries. Ben Kay to Morrell. Morell out to Griggs, and Griggs to the Leigh 40, trying to get up and play it. Stifled by the Leigh defence. Morell gets it to Johnson. Johnson out to Grady. Grady cuts back inside. Gets to the 30-metre line. Gets up and plays it quickly. Ben Kay gets it to Fairbank. Fairbank to Morell. Morell out to Griggs. Griggs kicks through. Ben Eaton's off again after it, and Craig Hall is caught in the corner on that far side. Leigh have to bring the ball away. Halifax launching defenders in. Acton almost through the gap. Well, I'm not sure. There really can't be that much long left. Is there enough time for Halifax to get another set? Will Leigh just have enough time to run out the sets? Hansen again slow to get to his feet, slow to play the ball, knows the game's nearly over. Evans well, they're counting down the last 10 seconds of the Leigh Centurions supporters to the sound of the hooter. Well, it's a game that's gone on. It seems like a long time more than a normal game. But Leigh Centurions have managed to claw their way back after trailing 18 points to 6.